So let us start with autogamy first, that is when self-pollination is happening. So it is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. As you can see right now, we have a bisexual flower in the image. So in case of bisexual flower, all the floral appendages are present. That means all the whorls are present. Calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. So male and female, both parts present in the same flower. So pollen grains, as they dehisce, as the anther dehisces, pollen grains can be transferred to the stigma. In flowers with exposed anthers and stigma, complete autogamy is rare. What are these type of flowers called as which have exposed anther and stigma? Do you remember? Chasmogamous flowers. Very good. Good evening, Aishwarya. Good evening, beta. We just started, okay? Chasmogamous flowers they are. They are the open flowers in which the anther and the stigma both are completely exposed to the outer environment. So autogamy in such flowers requires, there are two conditions. See, for autogamy to be promoted, we need two conditions to be fulfilled so that chances of autogamy will be more. The first one, synchronization. If there is synchrony, if both are actually becoming mature at the same time, like the stigma is receptive as well as the anther dehisces, so that is one of the way through which chances of pollination within the same flower will increase. Second, we have the closeness. They both should be close to each other as well. If let us say the stigma and anther are at different levels, in that case also chances of pollination will be decreased, right? We want to increase the chances. So for autogamy to happen, we want both of them to be at the same level, plus both of them to be mature at the same time as well. These are the two conditions for proper autogamy to happen. Clear, everybody? And that will also only increase the chances. It cannot assure it, but yes, chances will be increased. Now, let us see. Plants like Viola, Oxalis, and Commelina. PYQ statement, beta. Very, very important. There are two types of flowers. In these type of plants, we have two types of flowers. Can you see Viola, Oxalis, Commelina? In the picture, the flowers which are visible, they are there. Chasmogamous flowers, the flowers which are completely open. Okay? They are bisexual flowers, but they are completely open. So there can be chances that other pollen from any other flower comes over here and sheds on it and like pollinates. Okay, so the pollination could be successful. So in that case, what will happen? Chances of self-pollination could decrease. So they have two types of flowers. One is chasmogamous, in which both chances are there, self or cross-pollination. But second flower is cleistogamous flowers, the closed ones. I actually wanted to bring the photo of that one also, but I just forgot to add it. So cleistogamous flowers are the closed ones, the ones which are completely closed. So if the flower is in the bud stage, and in that only the anther matures and the stigma also becomes receptive, don't you think that they both are closer to each other also, and there are no chances of contamination from outside? So there are 100% chances that the seed will be produced without the help of any pollinator in all these situations, and it will always be self-pollination. Right, everybody? No chances of contamination. So there was a statement in your NEET exam. In which of the following cases there will be assured seed set? Assured seed set even in absence of pollinators. There will be assured seed set even in absence of pollinators. So that will be the case of cleistogamous flower, because they are closed, they don't need any pollinator, and still they can actually do the pollination. Easy? Yes. So let us see this line. Chasmogamous flowers first. They are similar to flowers of other species with exposed anthers and stigma. You can see these are the chasmogamous flowers. Now, if I talk about cleistogamous flowers, they do not open at all. They are in the bud stage only. So the anthers and stigma, they will lie closer to each other. They are autogamous. Means self-pollination will happen. When anthers dehisce in the floral bud, pollen grains come in contact with the stigma for pollination. So cleistogamous flowers, this is that statement, beta, produce assured seed set even in the absence of pollinators also. So cleistogamy leads to inbreeding depression. Now, inbreeding depression, let's understand this also. Do you know capital T, when crossed with small t, it is called as cross pollination, because I'm crossing a tall plant with a dwarf plant, right? It gave me all tall plants. So you can see all tall means all dominant plants. So cross pollination gave me a benefit. Let us try self pollination once. Capital T crossed with capital T small t. You get talls, again talls, again talls, but now dwarf. Did you notice I once did self pollination and 25% recessive characters got exposed? Right? This is called as decrease in the quality. So inbreeding depression it is, beta. Constant inbreeding can actually cause this type of depression in the quality of the seed or the flower or the fruit or the plant. So that is what inbreeding depression is.